Hello, my friends. Anna Sabramowitz here. Hope you're having a wonderful 5 days after Valentine's Day. Yes, that was a rose, and I got some roses for Valentine's Day, and I'm still enjoying them. Uh, I would show you my chocolate heart, however, it is long gone. All right. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about today is um, this conversation that seems to be happening. The idea between a generalist and a specialist, and how being a generalist and knowing a little bit about all kinds of stuff is better than being a specialist, which is a person who knows a lot about a few things. Now, when you look at basically top professionals in the field and the people who get paid the most, it is not people who are basically dabblers in everything. What you actually would see, and where is my handy dandy? There it is. Nope, that's not it. Here you are. What you would see actually in somebody who is a professional, a true professional, is what we call a T shape. I know this is weird looking, but basically what happens is they have broad knowledge across many areas, right? But also deep knowledge in several areas. Now, the problem is, this is easy, I think. This is like, we dabble, you buy a single book, you're like, oh, that was interesting. Cognitive psychology, interesting, so good. Maybe I'll use it one day. Oh, look, here's a book on how to use visual design. That's a great book. Okay, maybe I'll use it. So you just end up little like these dabbles. And then somebody says, hey, do you know how to use Excel? How to use spreadsheets? And you're like, yeah, of course I do. I used it just to create a spreadsheet, but if you ask me to make a formula, I don't even know where to start, right? What I'm suggesting is, and the people say, this was one of the things that somebody said in this forum, and I guess this novice instructional designer was just getting started and was asking where they should really develop their skill set, right? And of course, everybody always goes to software. But it's funny because software is like the easiest thing to delegate and farm out, because there's so many people out there who have like amazing software experience. There's a lot of people that have this in software that's just killer, and you'll never catch up. So what I suggest is, if you're going to develop something, everybody's here. This is the general doctor who sees a patient every 15 minutes and gets paid general wages because they're a jack of all trades. They can just basically generally diagnose. But the guy who does brain surgery, the guy who does foot stuff, the guy who does hand stuff, the dermatologist, those people who specialize, they get the big bucks, because you don't want a generalist working on your super baby project. You want somebody who is experienced in this specific facet, right? That's how it works. Do not deny it. Do not deny yourself. So to broaden your skill set is not to become more relevant. You already have a broad skill set. I guarantee it. I guarantee you could probably have a conversation and probably give some advice to a novice on a multitude of topics from soup to nuts. That's great. However, how many of us who are working take the time to develop and hone a skill? And I'm not saying you forgo all the other skills. You pretend you don't know the other stuff, because we're in the business of learning. In the business of learning, you cannot be looking at the world through a peephole. You got to be looking like at the big picture, go back into the woods, see what's happening, then still step back. Like, that's a great skill set to have, and it's a skill set you got to hone. But you also have to find out what are those valuable skill sets where, if somebody in your organization or one of your colleagues thinks, I need this kind of person, you pop into their mind. What is that? What is that skill set? What is that magic talent that you're willing to invest your time in? And the minute somebody is needing it, they think of you, and they will not negotiate with anybody else, because they want you, because you're the best at that, because you've taken the time to invest in yourself, practice, learn, iterate, get awesome at it. So that's what I wanted to leave you with today, is that There are tons of generalists. There are tons of new things happening. There are tons of new software, new books, new all kinds of things, new webinars, new things happening every single day. Every single day. Now, what happens is, let's say in 5 years, you could find yourself as a person who's touched and seen and been at all these places, but doesn't actually have any more than 10 or 15 minutes worth of knowledge on these specific topics. So pick your 3, pick your 2. For now, you have to pick 1, because you can't really, there's so much going on in our lives. There's so many projects that we have at work that in order to actually move forward meaningfully on any one thing, you got to pick the one thing for now and just every day execute on it a little bit and move that skill set forward. Because at the end of the day, to distinguish yourself is not going to be here. This is where we're all at. This is the cocktail party. Everybody can coast here. What makes you special? What is that prong? And actually, there's an interview that's coming up. You are absolutely going to love. I haven't published it yet, just still refining. And this lady that I'm talking to, who's just a rock star, she talked about this as, it's kind of cool. She said the instructional designer is really, the skill set of an instructional designer is really like a stool, a 3-legged stool. And she identified the skills that you need to be like a pro in this area. They're kind of like soft skills and learning skills that she'll get into more details later. But basically what she said is that if one of these is missing, the stool falls over. And I totally agree with her. But the thing is, you got to find out what these legs are and just rock them. Because everybody else is up here trying to distract you with their stuff. Pick what your legs are. And if one of those legs, got to be honest with you, if one of those legs is not designing scenarios, stop watching my channel, okay? Because you're filling time with stuff that doesn't help you. You probably know, or if you are already awesome at scenarios, then just go and make some. Stop listening to my channel. Just go and figure out what that pillar is and just own it, and then just dedicate like the next 6 months to it. Imagine if you dedicated 6 months to becoming like awesome at designing great assessments, powerful questions. There is no people out there like that. Like seriously, most people design terrible questions, right? You know this because you've seen them. Or become amazing at storyline, let's say. Let's say it's a software you want to get good at. Get amazing at it. Invest the time and money, and then just like pump out like amazing stuff, not just like toys, but real learning, and where people go, whoa, that is a pro. Do that. Now, if you are into scenarios, you want to get amazing at scenarios, you want to work with somebody who's passionate about scenarios, then I'll put a link below this video to a survey that I have. It's a little form, and it really is about just talking to me, and maybe if it's the stars align and everything's really good and you're ready for it and we're a good fit, then maybe we'll get you into the next scenario design cohort. So I feel better now that I got that off my chest. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope you you comment if you think this is something that you've been struggling with, because I'm here to help, friend. All right, have a great rest of the day. Take care, and thanks for stopping by. Okay. Oh yeah, make sure you subscribe. More of this to come, or just go and do your thing. Okay. Bye.